Don't break up a happy home. We was getting along like two little lovebirds in our little love nest, just billing and cooing.
What you talking about? We ain't done no cooing in 10 years.
Oh, look, honey. Look, you gotta let me explain to you what happened.
It won't do no good.
Well, I'm gonna tell you anyway. Look here, honey. Me and Andy done went to the laundry business and went into business, you see. A big laundry was farming out the overflow to us. The whole thing was kind of a secret. They give us a sample bundle, and we tried it out in Lightning's washing machine at Lightning's house there, and it was just our luck to rip a shirtwaist. So all I was doing at the department store was buying a new shirtwaist, honey, to replace it. Now, that's the whole story.
And I suppose you expect me to believe that.
Now, tell me this. Why don't you believe me? Why does you believe this gossip mongrels when you don't believe me?
I just do, that's all.
Honey, look here. If you ever knowed me to lie to you, no, don't answer that. Wait a minute. Here, wait. What I mean is this. Is you ever knowed me to go out with another woman?
Well, you know, there's a first time to everything.
Now, please believe me, honey. I tell you the laundry story is true. I don't even know the woman I bought the shirtwaist for.
Well, I'd like to believe you, George, but this is the kind of thing I got to think out by myself. Why don't you come back tonight and I'll let you know?
Okay, honey.
Did you want to see me, Miss Kingfish?
Yes, Light, and I want to ask you a question.
Well, I'll answer anything I can.
Well, then tell me this. Was the Kingfish, you and Andy in the laundry business together?
No, we wasn't in no laundry business.
You mean you didn't wash no laundry in your washing machine and rip a shirtwaist or nothing?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
That's all I want to know. Thank you, Light, and goodbye.
I sure can keep a secret good.
So you see, Miss Benchley, after she done walked out and talked to Lightning, I was right back in the ash can again.
Well, we must bear in mind, Kingfish, that in marriage all things are relative.
Yeah, there's mixed up in it there, too, somewhere, yeah. But, Mrs. Benchley, the thing I wanted to...
Oh, yes. Now, go ahead with your story.
Yeah, sir. Well, I decided that the only way I could get back in the good graces with my wife and sure that I had my feet on the ground and that I was on the level was to get me a regular job and go to work.
Yeah, the Kingfish was willing to make the supreme sacrifice.
Yeah, so what me and Andy done was we took the sample bundle back to the laundry and we told the man.
Yes, Mr. Stevens, we've been expecting you.
Yeah, so well, now, here's the sample bundle, Mr. Oakley, that you give us, and I just want to tell you that we is resigning from the whole mess.
Why, what's the matter?
Well, it's just that for certain reasons that I got to get myself a steady job that's going to make my wife happy.
Yeah, we're going to resign as subsidiary.
Well, I'm sorry to hear this. This work you've done here looks very good. Well, as a matter of fact, the shirtwaist looks almost new.
Yeah, well, tell you the truth, Mr. Oakley, it is new. You see, in our first try at washing, we tore up the shirtwaist that was in the laundry that you sent us, you see.
Well,
So then we had to go out to a store and buy this new one at the Globe Department store.
yeah, that's
Well, that's certainly fair enough. I think it was satisfactory. Well, I'm sorry you boys aren't continuing, but you know what you want to do. Well, thank you and goodbye.
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 You know, Andy, this whole thing that's happened between me and my wife sure makes a fella stop and think. When my wife was with me, of course, I loved and all that, but I didn't realize till she left me just how much I would really miss her.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Same way with me and money. When I has got money, I don't miss it, and when I ain't got money, why, I misses it.
How is that again?
Well, I say that's the same way with you and your wife like it is with me and money.
What way is that?
Well, I was just trying to say what you were saying, only putting it another way.
Yeah, well, you don't have to say what I say another way. Who you think you is, Shakespeare?
No.
Yeah, when I say something one way, that's the way I like to say it. I wouldn't say it that way in the first place. Yeah, I'd say it the other way. If I needed somebody else to tell me how to say it, I'd say it that way the first time. Yeah. What did you got to say for yourself, Andy?
Oh, I was a dirty dog. You know something? You is sure getting jumpy, Kingfish.
Yeah, certainly a jumper. Well, I guess I was getting a little jumpy, and I'm sorry. It's just because I was so upset on account of my wife.
So you got yourself a job, eh, Kingfish?
Yeah, so, Miss Bentley, that's exactly what I've done, you see. And I'm going to tell you something else about that job. It's a tough one. I've been slaving 12 hours a day and working my fingers to the bone.
Yes, sir, he sure is. And he ain't got no subsidiary neither. He doing all the work himself.
And didn't this help to get you back in the good graces of your wife?
It didn't make no imprint on her at all. She was still convinced that there was another woman in the picture, and I...
Well, Kingfish, what has happened only runs true to form. The course of married life has many ups and downs, as you can see by this graph that I have here on the wall. Just come over here and let's examine this chart.
No.
Now, this line, indicated here in ink, represents married life.
Yeah.
It starts off here and reaches a remarkable peak within the first 2 weeks. This is the period during which the young husband and wife are eating in restaurants. The sharp decline which follows this comes with the beginning of home cooking and the cycle of the faulty gas range. At least the gas range takes the blame, as it can't talk back.
Yes.
This, however, is only a temporary slump, and we go along quite smoothly for some time with only an occasional drop, as here at what is known in economic circles as the session over the fur coat, or here where business conditions make it necessary for the husband to work late at the office all of a sudden. But now, in the course of this line, we notice a precipitous drop which maintains this low level for a short time. Looks like about 2 weeks here. Then the line rises again spectacularly. The husband's mother has gone home. Now here, let me see, I don't quite understand this complete break in the line. Either the husband and wife have separated, or my secretary forgot to fill my fountain pen. I don't know which it is.
Yeah, this is all interesting stuff, Mr. Bencher, but I still don't see how it applies to my case.
Well, perhaps I'd better hear the rest of your story.
Yeah, well, like I said before, getting a steady job didn't cut no ice with my wife, and, well, of course, I done found out through the grapevine that she was getting ready to leave town and go back to her relatives in Georgia. So I went up to see her to beg her once more not to leave. Sapphire, please don't go away. I love you, honey.
Get out of my way. I'm packing here, and I'm leaving on the afternoon train.
Oh, but, honey, look here. I got me a regular job, and believe me, there ain't no other woman in my life.
You'll never prove that to me. From now on...
You better answer that door, honey.
You answer it. I don't live here no more.
I have a package for... Oh, Mrs. Stevens, here's your bundle.
Oh, thanks. I was waiting for that. I'm packing now.
And the boss told me to tell you that we were short of help, and we had some of the stuff done on the outside. The fellas that did your stuff ripped a shirtwaist, but they went over and bought this new one at the Globe Department Store for you.
You mean...
Wait a minute. Let me look at that shirtwaist. Yeah, let me see that. Yeah, here it is. Here's the one that I bought, honey. That's it.
Well, Miss Stevens, is this satisfactory?
Very satisfactory.
Okay.
George,
Yes, honey.
I can't tell you how bad I feel for not believing you.
Oh, that's all right. Let's forget the whole thing and never talk about it again.
Oh, George, this makes married life perfect. We're back together again, and you've got a steady job, and everything is wonderful.
What happened after that, Kingfish?
Yeah,
Well-
go ahead, tell him.
That's all. We is back together again.
Well, are you fighting?
Oh, no, sir.
Well, if you're back together again and you're not fighting, why in the world do you come to a man like me for advice?
Well, that job that I took, when I tried to quit, the man said, no, I was froze to it. Now, what I want to know from you is how can I unfreeze myself from the job?
be sure to listen again next week at this same time for the Amos and Andy Christmas Show, when the boys' guests will be the Paul Taylor Chorus, who join in Amos and Andy's special Christmas presentation. We guarantee you'll enjoy it. This show, as always, will be broadcast to our armed forces everywhere. Our thanks to Robert Benchley for joining us tonight. Mr. Benchley is currently finishing the picture National Barn Dance at Paramount Studios. This is Harlow Wilcox speaking for all of us. And, folks, here's a date to remember. It's Wednesday, December 22nd. That's the day when once again you can hear one of radio's proudest moments. That traditional Yuletide treat, Lionel Barrymore, in his best-loved role of Old Scrooge in Charles Dickens' immortal story, A Christmas Carol. It will be broadcast on Wednesday, December 22nd, so get the whole family to listen. See your local paper for time and station. Don't miss Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol starring Lionel Barrymore, the only time this Christmas classic will be broadcast.